is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
First reading. A reading from the book of Prophet Haggai. Chapter 1, verses 1 to 8. In the second year of King Darius, in the 6th month, on the first day of the month, the word of the Lord came by the prophet Haggai to Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Joshua, son of Jehozadak, the high priest. Thus says the Lord of hosts, these people say the time has not yet come to rebuild the Lord's house. Then the word of the Lord came by the prophet Haggai, saying, Is it a time for you yourselves to live in your panelled houses, while this house lies in ruins? Now therefore, thus says the Lord of hosts, consider how you have fared. You have sown much and harvested little. You eat, but you never have enough. You drink, but you never have your fill. You clothe yourselves, but no one is warm. And you that earn wages to put them into a bag with holes. Thus says the Lord of hosts, consider how you have fared. Go up to the hills and bring wood and build the house, so that I may take pleasure in it and be honored, says the Lord. The word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 9, verses 7 to 9. Herod the Tetrarch heard about all that was happening, and he was greatly perplexed, because some were saying, John has been raised from the dead. Others were saying, Elijah has appeared. Still others, one of the ancient prophets has arisen. But Herod said, John I beheaded. Who then is this about whom I hear such things? And he kept trying to see him. The Gospel of the Lord.
My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, we know that we have conscience. Conscience is the voice of God. When we are going to do something good, our conscience approves it. When we are going to do something wrong, our conscience disapproves it. True enough, we can act against our conscience. We can act against the voice of God which says, do this or don't do this. But ultimately, if we act against the conscience, the ultimate result would be losing our inner peace. And we will experience kind of a spiritual emptiness, and we will be in a state of sorrow. Dear friends in Jesus Christ, that is what happened to Herod. He knew very well that it is wrong to kill St. John the Baptist. His conscience spoke to him before giving the sentence to kill John the Baptist by fulfilling the promise that he made to Herodias' daughter. But he acted against his conscience because he wanted to fulfill the promise. At last what happened was he lost his inner peace. He was in a state of sorrowfulness, and he was in a state of worrying. Why? Because he acted against his conscience. Dear friends in Jesus Christ, having heard about the fame of Jesus, this very King Herod didn't know that it is Jesus, but he thought that St. John the Baptist had risen from the dead. And that caused him to lose his inner peace. And he was trying to know more about Jesus. And he was in such an immense pressure. Why? Since he acted against the conscience. And that is what happened to Judas Iscariot as well. He acted against his conscience because of the love that he had towards money. He was craving for money. He got 30 silver coins. But since he acted against his conscience, there was no inner peace. And by losing inner peace, ultimately, he committed that mortal sin of committing suicide. Therefore, this is what happens in our lives if we act against our conscience. Let us always obey the conscience. Let us always listen to the voice of conscience. Those who listen to the voice of conscience, they are always happy. They are always in the state of grace. And they have that inner peace which cannot be purchased through money or through power.